What's up, YouTube? This is your girl K Missile in the building. Once again, coming back with the live video. I want to talk about people talking about other people. Okay. See, talking about a person, there's a difference between talking about a person and just outright, downright, low down talking about a person. It's two different things. Discussing a person and actually talking about a person. I want to talk about discussing a person. If you discuss a person, you are merely describing some adversities, maybe some negative attributes for the purpose of understanding whom this creation is. And you are discussing it with another human being only for confirmation so that you know what you're dealing with. Then you get some people that will say, well, if you're going to discuss me, then I should be a part of it. 9 times out of 10, people don't like hearing the truth. I myself have been found guilty of that, and a lot of other people are too. They are not prepared to hear the truth, and they are not in a position to hear the truth. So if you bring that particular truth to that person, they're not willing to hear the truth. That's discussing a person for the betterment of that person. And sometimes you need to network with another individual to help you see how you guys can brainstorm on how you're going to deal with a situation, depending on the person, depending on what the circumstances are. Now, let's hop to outright low down talking about a person. There's a difference, a big difference. If you see somebody walking down the street and you say, "Ugh, look at her hair is this," or "Ooh, look at her clothes is that," that's talking about a person, because you're not saying anything positive about that person, nor was your intentions. Your intentions came from a negative state of mind. And it's been said to me once by a mentor of mine. She said to me, she said, when you point out something in someone else that you don't like, it's something about yourself that you don't like. It's something within yourself that you don't like. And I agreed to that. Now, with that being said, even still, if you are finding yourself in a situation where someone gets on a conversation or a subject about a person and they're outright low down talking about a person, how do you get out of that situation? How do you backpedal and not be a part of that level of negativity? It was told to me that because it makes you feel uncomfortable, especially when you're in a place where you're trying to work on yourself and you're trying to be positive and you're trying to not like allow negativity. And sometimes the negativity will just come to you. Mess will just come to you. Girl, did you hear about such and such and blah, blah, blah and bloop, 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 bloop. And sometimes the way you can tell, depending on who the person is, if they're always messy, 9 times out of 10, it's coming from did you hear? I'm just the messenger. But then when it's all said, done, and over with, it's like, oh, don't shoot the messenger. Nah, you're not a messenger. What you are is a devil. Okay? You are a deliverer of the devil. Okay? That's what you are, of the devil's news. Okay? You're a devil's advocate. That's exactly what you are. When you sit up and you bring mess to people when you know good and well in your heart this person is trying to not be like that. They're not trying to be negative. And you can see that their spirit is in a whole nother place. You're a devil's advocate. You're a devil deliverer, and that's just point blank, period. And you're the type of person that sits up and talk about people just because you have a mouth. Okay? All you do is talk S. S. Okay? There's a big difference in talking about somebody and discussing an individual. Talking about somebody and discussing an individual, they sound the same, but they're totally different. And when you align those two together, there's a big difference. So I'm here to tell you, if you're going to talk about me, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me, because now we're going to get into the subject of now you're being fake. Because you're considered to be fake if you talk about me in the worst way, and I've done absolutely nothing to you but be good to you and love you and be on my positive stuff and be, a good human being, and you talk about me. Don't talk to me. Now, if you're discussing me, hey, I saw Miss K come in the other day. Or, hey, I saw K Mizzle the other day and she looked like she was pretty upset. I wonder what's going on in her life. That's something totally different from saying, girl, and all this. And did you see, how she stormed up in the house? I wonder what's going on. Maybe her and her man getting into it. You just making up stuff now. Because, see, the devil is a lie. The devil is a liar, and you're a devil's deliverer, and you're gonna concoct something about that individual and make some stuff up about that person, and then you're gonna go tell it to the next person. That's talking about someone. That's called AKA gossiping. Because there's no way in the world that we can sit up here and say, well, the Bible said that we shouldn't talk about people. People are discussed all the time. Can we apply that same thing? Talking about someone if it's in a good way? You know what I'm saying? If it's in a good way, then you're still talking about the person and you're talking about them behind their back. Oh, girl, hey, how you doing? We were just talking about you the other day. Oh, is that right? Yeah. And it doesn't always have to come from a negative place. But I'm here to say, if you're going to talk about me or talk about somebody that I know or talk about somebody that I love, or you're going to talk about someone in my life, somebody that I care about, I'm going to tell you right now, don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to deal with you. If you're going to talk about me, you're going to talk about my family, you're going to talk about my friends, you're going to talk about my children, you're going to talk about whatever you're going to talk about. If you're going to talk about me or whatever it is, guess what? I don't want to have nothing to do with you. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. And I'm saying this as nice as possible and in the most humblest and most loving type of way. Don't do that. Don't do that to anyone. Don't do that to yourself, because you only knock your own blessings. And if you do talk about me or talk about someone, and you find yourself in that situation, getting sucked into that straw of negativity, because that's a thin porthole. Okay, it's a wide opening to get in, but then once you in it, it's hard to get out of that type of stuff, because all you got to do is give a girl, did you hear? Next thing you know, girl, Shay said this, that, and the third. Just because you agreed to it. That's why you don't even allow people to even bring negativity your way. And then you ain't got to worry about being caught up in no drama, no mess. You ain't got to be caught up in no gossiping. You ain't got to be caught up in none of that stuff. So if you talk about anybody else, guess what? Leave it at that. Leave it at that. Just don't talk about nobody else. Talk about yourself. Leave things where they need to be. If you're not gonna say, like they say, old school saying, if you ain't got nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. Just your girl K Mizzle signing off. I do want to check in with you guys. I want to let you guys know I got my little 4 Bantu knots. Sorry about that phone ringing, y'all. I got my Bantu knots, my 4 Bantu little natural knots. Got all natural face. Yeah, no makeup. I do have my nails done, courtesy of the nail shop that I go to. My Little Mermaid nails, stilettos. I want to bring your attention to these Black Queen earrings. These were given to me by my little sister, and I just love them, and I wear them all the time. And I get a lot of compliments on these earrings right here. Back to these Bantu knots. These Bantu knots were done by my eldest daughter, and she done such a fantastic job. They're super easy. They're not tight. They're comfortable. I lay on them. Of course, I put a chiffon bonnet on it just to keep its moisture and everything like that. But yeah, she put my hair together, and it feels super soft, and it's, feels nice and comfortable, and I don't mind going outside, and because I'm not worried about nobody talking about me. Okay, Mizzle is checking out.